Hey everybody, this is Zombie Collector, aka Jason. And I am doing a response video for Matt, Passion for Cards. He has a Thickie giveaway, and we all know how much people in the YouTube community here love their Thickies. And he had a smattering of questions that he would like to be answered, and just some overall YouTube love. So I thought, you know what? I want to get in there and do this because that guy and his channel, that Matt character, is indeed one of the best guys around. I do enjoy his videos tremendously. And so I wanted to do this, even if I don't win, just because he's a great guy, has a great channel, and he's fun. And so with that being said, I am going to, there's a list. I don't feel bad to show the list because he has a list on his own giveaway, because there's quite a few questions or like things that he would like for you to do. So I don't want to forget. The first one was subscribe. Obviously, I'm already a subscriber. That's why we're having this conversation between me and you. But shh, it's not a secret. Subscribe to his channel if you're not. I'm assuming if you watch my channel, like so many of us say when we're doing support for one another's channels or giveaways or response videos or whatever, that most of us are already subscribers and probably already know about the other guys, but you just never know. So Passion for Cards, check them out. You will not be disappointed. The one selling point for Matt, I will say for me, starting out, which probably maybe I've been following him for 2 to 3 months now at least, is that he sounds just like Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Like their voices are like identical. So if you're a wrestling fan, you should 100% listen to Passion for Cards, Matt, because you will, like, when you listen to him speak, you're like, he's channeling Dusty Rhodes. It's amazing. I mean, I don't even want to do the accent justice because I would have slaughtered it. So his first question is, moving on. That's my plug. If you don't even like baseball cards or whatever, football cards, whatever, just listen to him because his accent is awesome. And if you're a wrestling fan, you can at least enjoy that part of it. It's so awesome. So, moving on now. What is he doing well? So his first question is, what is he doing well? And I think the thing I say to most people are, if I'm watching your channel, sorry, I was like so excited I spit all over the Kindle here, my little tablet or whatnot. But I feel like if I watch your channel, it's because you are a genuinely good, fun, authentic person. I think a lot of us say that about the people we do when they ask you what are they doing well. And I know it's kind of a generic response, but it really is true, because I'm not going to watch somebody I don't have any interest in watching if I don't feel like they're being authentic. If I just feel like they're just, doing it for the accolades, or just doing it because they're like just all it is about just showing off their collection and like, look how great I am, and look how much stuff I have, and look how much money I'm spending on this. That to me is just not interesting. And I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. I just don't really care. That's just not my style. But I can tell Matt has a passion, hence Passion for Cards. And I love that. It's contagious. It's fun. He makes it fun. He has a wealth of knowledge, which is going to actually go to the second part of the question. But I really enjoy his videos just because he's an original, cool dude. Like, he just does his thing. He doesn't really try to do anything different. He just does what he does, and I like that. He doesn't try to say, well, I need to do something else and make this work. I mean, he just keeps doing it, plugging along, and I just like that. But more importantly, I just like it because his mentality, his passion, and just overall just, the way he approaches collecting is just a fun guy. He's authentic. And that's the biggest thing, is being an authentic person out here, because I think a lot of us can tell when you're not yourself. And one of the best examples of that recently is when I hung out with Bob Lewis. I think Bob would say the same thing about me. Like, I'm the same guy off the YouTube. Like, I'm not any different. If you don't like who I am right here doing these videos, you probably won't like me in real life. And, Bob is this real laid back dude. And I can tell Matt's that guy, like, laid back, just loves the hobby, and he's who he is. He's not putting on any kind of facade. That's number one. The next one is, what can he do better to improve? And honestly, I mean, I enjoy his channel, so it's hard for me to find something to improve. But if I was thinking objectively, I would say, since he has such a wealth of knowledge, I would like for him to do more in-depth discussions about either his collection, maybe certain players in his collection, maybe aspects of the hobby. I just feel like we're not getting a lot of that from a lot of people in the community. There's a handful of us out there, not really me, I just say us as the YouTubers, who have a lot more knowledge and I feel like could be sharing it with just the hobby in general, or the sport, or the player, or whatever, the collecting aspect of it. And I would like to see him do more of that. And that's just me being selfish, because I like the history of the game. I like the history of the hobby. And somebody who is knowledgeable like Matt would be fun to listen to, because he knows his stuff. He's been doing it this isn't his first rodeo. So to me, it'd be really awesome to hear him discuss more detail about the hobby in general, or again, the sport, the player, the team, these specific aspects of collecting that he enjoys, and get a little bit more details with that. So that's the one thing I would say to improve. But again, that's me, just being selfish. The next one is a monster ad. He wants to know what a good monster ad is, and he said he doesn't care if it could be like a common card for your set building. So I will tell you, until recently, I've had no interest in pre-war cards. They're just never interested in me. I mean, I don't have much interest in that aspect of the hobby. However, Mike, baseball collector, had interviewed or shown on his Nationals video Nuff Said cards, and I never knew about that channel. I've never seen him. I never knew about the channel. I guess I maybe had heard about it a little bit. Didn't know much about him and what he did. So I went to his channel because they were like making a big deal, because he's never on camera. He always does one of those, just like you see his hands and he's just putting the cards up in front of the camera, and that's it. He's a big Boston Red Sox fan, huge fan. And so that's about the only thing I knew about him personally when it came to his collecting habits, aside from pre-war stuff. But I started watching his channel. I'm not quite through it yet, but I've got through most of a big chunk of his videos. And I am now a huge fan because of him, because he is talking about the history of the cards. I actually called him the professor on one of his most recent, or one of the videos I watched recently, because he is a wealth of knowledge, and he's one of those guys who's like, I bought this card, let me tell you about the history of the card. And I just love that. I love that about collectors, and they can talk about those things. So with all that being said, I'm thinking about trying to purchase a few graded, yes, graded, because there's so many fakes out there, especially those pre-war cards, I think, of pre-war cards. And I mean, again, not expensive cards, not big names necessarily. I needed to just ease into it a bit, but I thought about picking up a handful of those. And so that's my monster addition, I think, between now and the end of the year, is to pick up a handful of those. And I will definitely be showing those once I get them. The next one up is a shout out and why. So my shout out's going to be for Jonathan, aka Cuban Collector. He has been doing videos for, I don't know how long, a handful of months, I guess now. I just checked before I did this. He's at 60 subs, and he has the coolest vibe, man. He's kind of like Alex with Bowman 50. He's Bowman 53, like kind of like that. He's chilled out. He's drinking his Cuban coffee. He shows us how to light cigars on his channel, so we got cigars and cards. He'll drink a Corona, talk about baseball cards. I just love that. He's a real laid-back dude. He's always talking about how he's from Miami. He's always like, I'm from Miami. He's really proud of where he's from and who he is, which I think makes it more fun as a fan of his channel. And then he just, talks about baseball cards, opens packs and boxes and whatnot. And I really enjoy his channel. And so that's the reason why Cuban Collector, real name Jonathan. I will also say he's one of the very few guys consistently, him, Victor Negron, and Hidden Gems recently, Rafael. All three of those guys are like always around when I do live video streams, or always commenting on my videos. But Cuban Collector Jonathan is like literally every time I turn on a live video stream, he's somehow on there. Like, he's great. He's a great guy. I really like him a lot. Check him out. I think you'll like him. He's a very laid back dude as well, but I really like his style. And then lastly, He wants us to pay homage to the great Ricky Russo. And so the only way I can believe to truly explain how much I think of Ricky Russo is to show this cover of this Blu-ray. Because when you think of Italian Americans, you think Sylvester Stallone, a.k.a. Rocky Balboa. And when I think of him, I think of Ricky Russo. Both Italian Americans are both a little bit punchy. But that's the reason why I connect Ricky Russo and Sylvester Stallone, because of that reason. So that's my little homage to Ricky Russo. Hilarious, fun guy. Really interesting to follow as well. I like that they're working together in tandem, him and Matt. And so just definitely want to give a shout out to him as well, because it's a good time. It's always a good time with those guys. So anyways, this is my response video for the Thickie contest 2018. So before I leave, love each other, respect each other, support each other. In the words of Matt, stay classy.